Hey there and welcome back to the channel. It's Bryson with Dimes to Dollars here, and in today's hunt we have a silver hunt. We have this bag of 90% constitutional silver here, ranging from dimes to dollars. I'm really excited to get into it. We have some good stuff in there. So let's go ahead and open it up, sort it out by type and denomination, and I'll bring you back with an overview. Alright, we have just sorted it all out, and there was actually quite a bit of silver in that little bag. Let's start with the one foreign coin. We had a Canadian dime here, and unfortunately it is pretty worn. We won't really see a date, but I do believe it was 1917 to 1919. But definitely a very worn out one. Cool piece of history though. We had one Barber dime, handful of Mercury dimes, two Barber Quarters, quite a few of the Washington Quarters and Standing Liberty Quarters. We had one Barber Half, quite a few of the Walking Liberty Half dollars, and we got 4 Morgan dollars. Alright, well up first we had the dimes. We had 10 in total, with one being a Barber dime from 1899. It went ahead and filled a spot. It's always exciting when you get one more hole filled in the Barber book. And we had 9 Mercury dimes as well. Our first one's going to be a 1925 Philadelphia in pretty nice shape. We had a 25 San Francisco as well, a 1930 San Francisco, 1939 Denver, 2 really nice 1942 San Franciscos, a pretty nice 1943 and 1944, both from Philadelphia, and a pretty nice 1944 San Francisco. Now that we've gone through the dimes, let's move on to the quarters. We had a total of 2 Barber Quarters, and one of them is actually going to fill a spot in the book. We have a 1900 from New Orleans here, and it is really worn. I was just barely able to see the date there, and that is a nice find. I'll definitely fill a spot for now, and hopefully one day we'll get a better one. As for this one though, it's going to be a 1908 from New Orleans, which is not going to fill a spot. We have a better one in there, but still a really cool piece of history. Let's move on to the Standing Liberty Quarters. We had a total of 5 Standing Liberty Quarters this time. Unfortunately this first one is dateless, but luckily for us it is a Type 1. There are no stars beneath the eagle, so I'm almost certain it's going to be a 1917 out of Philadelphia. Moving on, we had a dateless one here, and this one's out of San Francisco this time, and that's a Type 2 quarter. We also have a 1928 Philadelphia. We have a 1928 from San Francisco with some tape residue on it. And the center one is most likely dateless, but I did look at it under the scope, and I think there might be a 3 at the end, which would make it a 1923 Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and put it under the scope and see if we can see it again. Alright, well here's that coin under the scope, and as you can see there is some detail coming through right here. I think it's going to be a 23 because it does cut off right there, and it just doesn't look like an 8 to me. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm calling it a 23 Philadelphia for right now, but if you think otherwise, let me know. It could just be damage as well. I'm not going to put it in the book, but I will put it aside in a flip, and we'll move on to the Washington Quarters. We had a total of 6 Washington Quarters this time, and 4 of which are going to go for this first book, and they're all upgraders. We have a 1953 San Francisco here in really nice shape. The one in the book's in pretty nice shape too, but this one's just a little bit sharper, so I'll swap those 2 out. We also had a really nice 54 San Francisco, a nice 56 from Denver, and a really nice 1958 Denver. So I'll go ahead and swap those ones out, and then we'll move on to the older Washington book. We only had 2 quarters for this first Washington book, but I am so excited for them. We have a 1932 Philadelphia up first, and it's in pretty nice shape, especially for a first year. It might be an upgrader. I'll go ahead and compare those 2 in a minute, but first I am really excited about this one. We finally got a 1932 San Francisco, which is the key date of the series. Only 408,000 minted. It's in fact the rarest one in the whole Washington series, so I am super excited about it. I've been hunting this coin for a very long time. Let's take a look at that reverse. It is a very nice reverse as well. Well over $100 coin, and I can't believe I found it in the junk silver bin. That is incredible. Let's go ahead and add that one in, and that is going to finalize this page and finalize this book. Now we get to work on upgrades, which is just as exciting. Never know what you'll find when you look through the junk silver bin, and I am so excited that I finally got to add that one. So we're definitely making a lot of progress here, but I cannot believe we have these 2 key dates. That is incredible, and I am so excited about them. Let's move on. We still have another half of the hunt to go. We have a bunch of half dollars, and we even have some Morgans. We only have one Barber Half this time, but it's a really nice one. It's going to be a 1908 from New Orleans. Really nice detail on it. And a really nice reverse. Definitely got to add that one in. One more hole filled in this album. We had a total of 6 Walking Liberty half dollars, and 4 of which are going to be upgraders. We have a 1917 here with a Denver reverse. That is not a very common coin, and I'm glad that we finally found a better one for the book. This one was in pretty rough shape, but this one is just a slight bit better, but still in pretty rough shape. Same goes for the 17 San Francisco. It's going to be a nice upgrader there. We did get one 1927 San Francisco, which will be an upgrader for the one in the book. And we got a pretty nice 1928 San Francisco, which is going to upgrade the clean one in the book as well. 2 really nice finds. They're both just about 2 million minted, so another couple good upgrades. We also got another 28 San Francisco here and a 1933 San Francisco, which are both lower mintage as well, but they're not going to be upgraders. Up next, we have our 4 Morgans to wrap it all up. Up next, we have 2 more Morgans, which are practically side to side. We have this 1888 from New Orleans here with a mintage of 12.1 million. It's about average shape, but I'm definitely glad to have it. That's one more hole filled. Our other one is going to be an 1887 from San Francisco with a much lower mintage of only 1.7 million. And it's in pretty nice shape details wise, but it may have been cleaned. Still a nice find, and one more hole filled. Gets us one step closer to filling out the albums. We got 1 Morgan left to go, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Up next, our final coin of the hunt is going to be an 1894 from New Orleans. And it only has a mintage of 1.7 million. It's not one you see every day. I'm definitely glad to add this one to the book today. It is in really rough shape, really slick. But we finally have one for the book, which is definitely helping because it is not too filled out. We have just a few in this book. So I'm definitely glad to add one to this page, which was empty until now. So that's one step closer to filling out the albums. And with that, that is going to wrap up the hunt. So I hope you all enjoyed. Today was a lot of fun. We finally got that key date quarter I've been hunting for years. That filled out that album, and I am so excited to get upgrading and see if we can find some better stuff now. But until our next hunt, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.